All right. Okay, music should be active. Webcam should be working. Audio input should be working. My lighting seems messed up. That's okay. Oh my gosh, guys, do you see the glare in the shine and the sheen on these glasses? I got new glasses today, and they're actually working. I love it so much. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Visit your eye doctor yearly. Get new glasses as able to. They work so much better. I can see through the lenses without issue. It's quite phenomenal. In the absence of streams and videos and all that fun stuff, light goal has taken a hit, or subscriber goal rather. We've dropped below 20,400, so that's our new goal once again. Name rights for this type Null have been reset. I would not be surprised if Arcenon blew this one out of the water because type Null, Savali are his favorite Pokemon. So, working with that. Welcome, Wiss and Marcus. How y'all doing? I was talking to Wiss last night. Yeah, my beard's definitely growing out quite considerably. Very red, isn't it? But it's about, if I pull it out, it's about like an inch long at this point. Octobeard, followed by No Shave November, followed by, well, we're still in November, but followed by general seasonal depression, situational depression, not getting done what I want to get done depression, all that fun stuff. So yeah, we're hoping that we're on the upswing for the time being. Put on a few poundages that I'm looking to get rid of. So we'll be streaming, I'll be working out later, it'll be all good. How do you get to name it? Super chats. The highest super chatter when we find, at the time we find the shiny, is the winner, the one that gets to nickname it. Kind of like how the Poipole was nicknamed Candy Corn. So yeah, everything looks fine, everything sounds fine. You guys got some Pokemon Scarlet and Violet battle music going on, I should hope. I think one of my ring lights is going out. Yeah. Hitting it sometimes. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. Hold up, hold up. There we go. My kid shut the lights off. So much better. Spank that ring light. Hey, Aaron, welcome. I did find... I found the shiny Poipole, but I failed the shiny Poipole. Also, I need to go figure out if my kid's crying. Hold on. All right, if the little one stops or starts crying again, we're gonna have to bring him in here. So, once again, we are dual shiny hunting. We got this one you can see, this one you can't. And we're gonna go for it. Do I have my counter enabled? Is a good question. Yes, I do. And is it counting correctly? Type no. Perfect. I do believe we are ready. The best part about this one is that they should reset at the same speed now. Pending I save in the right spot. Oh yeah, we got all of the plushies now. Let's start another torture. Please no. I'm hoping this one will be over quickly. D hit kill, welcome. Welcome. Now, are we going to get a type null giveaway once I get this? Probably. Doing well, Douglas and D hit kill. How's it going for you? Both of y'all. All y'all. I do love the amount of people that have popped into my stream last night and today and said, oh my gosh, the beard. But like, the more abnormal thing for this is actually the mustache. Could be so much better yesterday, but you're not going to complain. Okay, fair enough. I hate having a mustache. It literally drives me insane. I hate it. I hate it so much. But I've kind of wanted to see this No Shave November through, and I'm like 2/3 of the way through. Yeah, I did get Poi Pull, so I found the first one. Its nickname was Barry B. Benson. I found the second one last Friday, or on Friday, but I promptly failed to retrieve it, or I got it successfully because it goes into your party. But when I went to save, fun fact, 3DS. In order to reset, you have to hold down the L and R buttons here. That's what the rubber bands are for. Normally, on a Game Boy Advance SP or Game Boy Advance, you have to hit L, R, start, and select. On this one, fun fact, you just have to hit one of the buttons. So, two things happened. One, I tried to open up the menu without removing the rubber bands. I hit the start button, the game reset. The second thing is, to open up the menu in this game, you hit the X button. So, it was just a double stupid. And so I reset over the Poi Pull. So what I did was I reloaded the save file that I had made when I caught the original shiny Poi Pull before transferring up, and I'm just nicknaming it a different name and moving it on up because I did my due diligence. I found the shiny. I already have one, so I don't care if two of my shinies in my Pokedex have the same PID, because a lot of my shinies have the same PID because of common sense. You don't partake in those because your beard is nasty. Honestly, I kind of feel like the same for me. Like, myself personally, I would like to shave this down because it just is long, gangly, and not very thick. But down here's pretty alright. And that's usually why I end up shaving this off, is because, like, it looks better as just a goatee beard or whatever. It breaks over, you'll see me later, probably. We're streaming as long as baby coin and copper coin permit, so it's possible. You're hunting Raikou on Dynamax Adventures. You'll go for type Null as well on Moon after. Very nice. I wish you the best of luck, but not better than myself. The best of luck, but not better than my luck. That's the one thing you can't pull off. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that. I don't look bad with a mustache, but like, for me, it's just a hair on my lip. Like, for allergies being and all that, like, I'm already constantly touching my nose, but adding hair, close proximity to it, it's always brushing up against, and I was like, nope. Thanks, Douglas. I'm just glad I got to reset my hour counter for my Poipole hunt, because I stopped counting after 78, and I'm pretty sure it got up to like 90 pretty easily. Yeah, we're hoping that we can get the subscriber count back up to snuff and on into the 21,000s eventually. This has been a very forward and backwards type of progression. I feel like most of the people that did leave were people that were here for Pokemon Go, so not really that big of a deal. Then again, I have done a lot of Zelda stuff and not a lot of Pokemon stuff recently, so that could have a lot to do with it as well. You gotta shave tomorrow? I was joking with my team at work, saying that I can't do a haircut until it's out of beanie season, so right now it's November, probably around April, May, when I'm forced to finally take off my beanie. I told them I was going to wear a beanie to work every day, so they won't see my hair until I have to stop wearing a beanie. So not only is this a lot longer, but hair is fairly long as well, and it looks terrible right now. Like, that's one thing that nobody's going to talk me out of. Like, I can be swayed on the beard, the mustache, goatee, whatever, but my hair right now is long and it's nasty. Beanie season's up. I mean, being on that side of the world, D-Hit Kill, is it... No, you're not that far south. You're still in the northern hemisphere, right? It's November, winter for you, right? I know that I could get my hair long enough that it looks good. I've had it there before, but it's been a long time. Like, we're talking 16 years. 12 years. Yeah, 12 years since my hair was long enough to look good. But realistically, like, when I was 21, I cut my hair, and I haven't been able to get it long since. And that's been 9 years ago. Part of it, the problem is the receding hairline. So, like, I used to have, I guess you would call it maybe a Zac Efron haircut or a Bieber hairdo. Like, my hair would come out from underneath my hat and it would curl upwards, so I had like skater hair, I guess you could say. But because of right here, the hairline receding, it's made it so that that's not an even line anymore. So it's harder when my hair gets longer. Until it gets long enough that I can pull it back. I got you, D-Hit Kill. Long enough to touch your back. That's pretty cool. I want my hair to be long enough that I can do a Viking braid. And if I can get a Viking braid, I would probably rock that on stream. Unfortunately, you have archery practice. That's not an unfortunate thing. Go shoot those arrows. Become the next Oliver Queen. I expect a video to be uploaded in the Discord channel of you doing a front flip while shooting a mannequin. Those are my expectations. Second to that, do a salmon ladder. Climb up to the top of a salmon ladder with a bow strapped to your back, and while you're falling from the top of it to the bottom, draw your bow and shoot an arrow. I'm setting high expectations for you, Marcus. Don't let us down. Oh, so the reason why I didn't stream again last night for this initial hunt was I went to Dutch Bros like I planned. They closed an hour early. They're supposed to close at 11. I got there at like 10:30, and they were already cleaning up shop, so I wasn't able to get that. And so I came home and didn't stream. It was very sad. Just a question, some of the Pokemon you got from my giveaways weren't transferring to home. Did something happen with SV? Douglas, that depends on when you got them. I feel like SV has been out for 2 years, a little over 2 years. If it was a giveaway prior to August of 2023, they will not go into home. The reason for that is because they did an update around August of that year that required home trackers for legality. So, say I traded in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I traded you a shiny Eternatus. Pokemon Home knows that that shiny Eternatus can't just appear in Scarlet and Violet. So it knows there's a shiny Eternatus here. Where's the tracking information for it? It should have originated in Pokemon Sword and Shield. It should have went into Pokemon Home, got that home tracker, left Pokemon Home into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, at which point that home tracker would be updated, and then traded to you where you're trying to put it into home. And it should be able to follow that series of events like a bank transaction. It should balance when it's all said and done. But what those giveaways prior to August of 2023 were doing were they didn't have home trackers attached to them, because until that point it wasn't required and it wasn't needed. We would just upload into Pokemon Home and it would give it one. Now, Pokemon Home looks for that. So that's why some of them aren't going to work. Yeah, Tavon, have a beard, have that stash. It'll probably be gone in December, though. At least the stash will. We'll see, though. We'll see if I can handle it. Some of them were fine and some of them weren't. That makes a lot of sense, because in order to get the file for some of them, they did have to pass through Pokemon Home. For example, if I was doing a shiny Jirachi giveaway or a shiny Manaphy giveaway, those ones, in order for me to get a shiny version of that file on up to Scarlet and Violet, it had to pass through Home at some point. So it had a tracker, and it was good. What are we shiny hunting today? Tavon, we're shiny hunting type Null. And we're hoping we're hoping that it summons the great Arsenon. See ya, Marcus. Not my favorite mon. It is Arsenon's. Yeah. I'm glad to be in a different location shiny hunting, honestly. Don't get me wrong, though. If I had a wild hair, I could go back and hunt for a shiny type null, or a shiny Poipole still, because both of these save files are save files in which I have not technically found the shiny Poipole. Christopher's currently cleaning up Gen 1 shiny, both genders living decks, then on to Gen 2. Glad to hear it. That is something that I definitely want to accomplish when I get done with this hunt, actually. So, this hunt is the last hunt I should be doing under the trainer name of Brasscoin. After I get these ones, I will be shiny hunting under the trainer name of Sludge Bomb. And Sludge, depending on the generation. Actually, just Sludge in general. And the reason for that is my trainer name has become synonymous with giveaways. So any shiny Pokemon that I find that is legit is automatically going to be questioned as far as legality, because it has the name Brasscoin. So I will be doing a new playthrough of every generation under the name of Sludge. You will never forget that, Shaman. I'm certainly not going to. That thing was freaking evil. That thing was disgusting. And because I do have the ability to modify literally any game, as long as I make sure my dates are correct, I can pretty much synthesize the event for every giveaway Pokemon and have it be legit. Yeah, I do think that was the most mentally taxing shiny hunt I've done to date. And that's counting the Poipole hunt, which went 10k. I finally have a shiny hunt over 10k. It was actually 10,500 and some change. Your first shiny was an Azelf Tavon. That's pretty great. You have a legit shiny Mewtwo that you caught yourself. Epic. Shiny Mewtwo is pretty lit. I think my favorite shiny Pokemon I currently own that means the most to me is my shiny Mew. And I don't know why. Because I feel like shiny Manaphy should be where it's at. No, I take that back. It's my shiny Jirachi. Don't let that fool you. I'm being dumb. Shiny Jirachi is my final answer. I have not caught a shiny Mewtwo before. Okay, I think after this encounter, I need to go get my kiddo. I don't think he's sleeping for me. Make sure you won't catch a shiny Mewtwo in BDSP. Wait, why is that? BDSP is not too bad. That'd be abysmally slow. I agree. I agree. You got a copy of BDSP that you can hunt Shaman in? Epic. I think I have like 3 copies still that have a legit event for Shaman. You forget how many Pokemon plushies Brass has. It is 9 times 3, so 27 just for the starters. 28, 29, 30 for some legendaries. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, I think. 43, 44, 44. If you're shiny hunting legendaries, you're hunting via Dynamax Adventures. Honestly, I think if I was to shiny hunt a Mewtwo, I would probably do a throwback to Fire Red Leaf Green. And I know the odds for that are 1 in every 8,000 something. 8,128? I don't know. 8,100 and something. I would still elect to dual hunt on that generation just because the resets are going to be faster. Like, I definitely will not be doing Dynamax Adventure raids for Mewtwo. No. If I can shiny hunt it any other way, I will. Because I know theoretically Dynamax Adventure raids should be faster. They are the odds of 1 in every 100 Pokemon will be shiny, but there's 4 encounters along the way that can be shiny if I remember correctly. So yeah, I have not found a single shiny in Dynamax Adventure raids that's the legendaries. I found a Fracture once, but no legendaries have been shiny for me there. I mean, they're great as an option. Don't get me wrong. Like, I would do them prior to doing anything in BDSP most of the time, I would think. But I prefer soft resetting. Because I know that I can do them semi-quickly enough that and I can get enough counters in that eventually I'm going to hit one. D-hit kills, remembers the Fracture instant. I still need to backtrack and shiny hunt Zygarde in Dynamax Adventure raids at some point. BDSP is good only for Masuda. I believe it. Colgate Dragon. Oh yeah, it's been so long since I've streamed vertically that I kind of forgot that vertical streams get different viewers. I got the Colgate Dragon. I still need to shiny hunt Arceus too. I actually have high hopes for this one not taking too long. Just because I know my last hunt was abysmally slow, I have good vibes for this hunt. Like, I'm thinking we'll find the first one within 600 encounters. Being optimistic. Been a hot minute since you've been here. I haven't exactly changed my schedule. My schedule doesn't exist. I do still try to stream on Saturday night going into Sunday and Monday night going into Tuesday, but those ones are hit and miss because the wife does like to have my time and she returned to work, so that kind of is up in the air. On Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday, I should, in theory, have the option to stream during nap time. Nap time should normally happen around 12 to 2, somewhere in that window. If I go longer than 1:30, we're hosed. So I've been trying to put my kid down at about 12:30 so he's asleep by 1, so I can stream for 2 hours until 3-ish, or at least until 2 for an hour, if I'm lucky. And then there's occasional, I'll get my niece or nephew to come over and watch the kiddos while I stream, but the problem there is they have a tendency to like make the baby scream, which I don't like kids screaming in the background of my stream because it annoys the crap out of me. I don't think you guys should have to listen to that either. So it's become really difficult to get time slots to stream, is what I'm really saying. Occasionally, 8 p.m., if I get my kid down at like 7:45 and he's out by 8:30, I'm starting to stream. That happened last night. I streamed from 8 until my wife got home, so that worked out really, really well. And so, like, there's time to do it. Recently, though, I've just been bogged down with getting the files created for this giveaway that we're doing currently and we'll be doing for the next several weeks. So I got a little bit of some time to get the next files for like the Sword and Shield giveaway that'll happen after this one. Of course, I get to go back through and do the current one, but with female Pokemon, and then Jumbo female. So I got a lot of stuff to work with right now, which is great. It just took a lot of time and dedication to get going. My last hunt was for Poipole, and it was like 10,534 encounters. And it took over probably around 90 hours, I want to say. Yeah, I detest Fortnite. I hate it with a burning fiery passion. I have been playing occasional rounds of Call of Duty Black Ops. Been enjoying the crap out of some Nuketown. Got some Nuketown and some Game Fuel. I've been powering through some Call of Duty in my limited free time. You're gonna go meet some people for Nihilego Raid Hour. See you later if you're still on. Fair enough. Yeah, Baby Coin can guest appear on the streams because like he has some manners. He's very selfish, but he's cute. He has manners, and he kind of tends to stay quiet and just rattle his toy around, which is fine. Coppercoin, who recently celebrated a second birthday, likes to get into everything, wants to press all the buttons, and eventually he will be able to like play a game on stream, but he is not old enough yet. Oh, babies are the most selfish creatures in the world. Like, they are so selfish because they don't know any better. Like, you want sleep, they don't care, they want food. And they wanted it like 30 minutes ago, but heaven forbid they tell you nicely the first feeling they get. It's like, nope, I could, start crying, and let you know I'm getting hungry. But no. More often than not, they tend to just go from 0 to 100 and just start screaming, and you gotta figure out and know what the problem is and how to fix it. They wanted it fixed 30 minutes ago. I won't judge you too harshly, Tavon. Fortnite does have some merits. Apparently the human being gains free will at random when we reach our 5th year of life. Yeah, the studies have shown that between 4.5 and 6 kids become self-aware. Like, it can happen as early as 4, and that's kind of like an epiphany that everybody has at some point during their life. Like, when they go back to their earliest childhood memory, that's when consciousness, like, for them began. It's because they realized they're alive. And, you know, like, can remember it. It's like, I won't judge the players that I haven't interacted with. I won't judge the people that play the game. I just judge the game itself. And I don't like the game. Because, early on, I was a teenager and it was filled with just a bunch of screaming 8-year-olds trying to think that they're cool. And I'm like, I don't need to be in a Call of Duty chat room on Fortnite. Peace out. Hate the game, not the player. Yeah, I hate the game because of the perceived player base that it once had a reputation for having. But when Call of Duty was thriving, I was one of those teenagers. So I still like Call of Duty. I wasn't like the really mouthy ones in the voice chats. I tended to keep my headset off unless I was playing with a really close friend. But I can get behind some Halo and some early Call of Duty. I don't like this Advanced Warfare bullcrap. Modern Warfare was amazing. World at War was awesome. Black Ops was awesome. I don't know about Black Ops 4, 5, and 6, but being able to go back through and play some matches with up-to-date stuff has been nice, so that's cool. Got your free will at 3 because that's as far back as you can go with your memories. I too remember back to being 3. If you want to talk about games with deplorable player bases, let's talk about League of Legends. League of Legends is another game that I never got into for that exact reason. If you don't immediately know what you're doing, everybody hates you. Your team hates you, your enemies hate you. Like, there is no winning in that game unless you come out of the womb knowing how to play it. You have tried it yourself and not worth it. Okay, gold tip. Especially to like the constant evolving of new characters being added and having to figure out how they change the meta and all that. Other characters getting nerfed. It's rough. I played League of Legends with a few of my buddies, and I never did get it down pat. Pokemon Unite did help understand that a little bit more, but even still, there's just so many more characters in League that it was hard to learn. Arsenon has been summoned. He has. He sent me a DM on Discord, and I let him know that we were hunting. Oh, for sure. I just said I'm shiny hunting your boy. Oh, speaking of boys, mine is stuck. Oh, come here, dude. Ugh. He can roll over, do somersaults, all that, and scooch. So, like, from the time I brought him in here till now, he had scooched like 4 feet forward and got stuck. Couldn't scooch anymore. Play Soul Link with Baby Coin. That sounds so painful, though. Here, little one, you don't know what you're doing. Don't get us lost. Hey, it's Arsenon. Oh, okay, future. Okay, Teen Coin. Yeah, that makes more sense. Could only imagine trying to play a Soul Link with a 3-year-old. Overlord gonna have to wait. Is Overlord an anime show by chance? Because, like, you said you were watching it last night. Surely it's not that long. Okay. I understand now. It's an anime. Never noticed I had such sky blue colored eyes? I sure do. Yeah, and these lights kind of wash it out a little bit. Like, my eyes are actually fairly blue. So no Freeing. You started it 2 days ago and you've been watching it off and on. You're on season 4 now. Not anime, but I just finished a 6-season-long show called White Collar. That was pretty fascinating. Maybe a little bit drawn out, but it was pretty good. About a con artist, art forger that gets caught and serves out his time as a criminal informant for the FBI. Nothing is more drawn out than One Piece, this is true. But as it's November, my desire to just pop in The Office in the background is at an all-time high right now. I wouldn't mind watching One Piece. I don't hate the idea of it by any means. At this point, it's just so far along that I'm just like, I don't want to put all of that effort into watching this show just to find out the One Piece is the friends we made along the way, which is what the common consensus seems to be that is going to happen. There is no One Piece. There is no treasure. Greatest treasure of them all. It's the greatest treasure is the friends we made along the way. Like, even the fans think that's what the author's going to do. I would not be surprised if we have like a One Piece spin-off that's similar to Dragon Ball Kai. Dragon Ball Z Kai, where it takes all of the filler episodes out and just gives you the important stuff. Oh, guys, Demon Slayer is one show or anime that needs to be longer. Demon Slayer is so good. I don't know how to describe it, but Sword Art Online, My Hero Academia, Log Horizon. Is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon? Or Danmachi and Demon Slayer are like the top 5 greatest anime to me, and I know I didn't include Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or Bleach in there as, you know, the big 3. But I did that deliberately. Those ones are great because they kept anime going long enough for real stuff to happen. And the 5 that I listed, they all have something different. It's the style, it's the presentation, it's the color, it's the flow. It's not solely just the story. Like, Demon Slayer is hands down the most beautiful anime drawing, depiction, style that I have ever seen. And probably will see for a long time. Like, it is just gorgeous, the colors that they used, and the style. I can't stress that enough. There are a new big 3 popping up. The problem is they can't stay the big 3 for long because they're not built to sustain longevity. Like, Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, and Naruto were the big 3 because the manga sales were through the roof, and the anime has lasted for over a decade. Recent stuff, it's done after 5 years at best. Like, My Hero Academia had a shot, but because the story's over, like, there's no more. Like, he's already shown how he's become the best. What else can they do from there? In OG Sun and Moon, type Null is given by Gladian. Random question, Arsenon. In Sun and Moon, can that type Null be shiny hunted? Because if it can, that might be worth me getting my wife's 3DS and going for it. You can't remember if it's shiny huntable. Unless they decide to pull off a Boruto with My Hero Academia, which isn't the most original idea. You don't see how they can go for... Yeah, the problem with My Hero Academia is they've already talked about the Singularity event. Realistically speaking, Deku can't give All for One to another individual, or else it will destroy them. Like, from what they're saying, they're worried about, as the generations go on, the superpowers become so convoluted and advanced that a person can't really gain control over them before the power, like, takes their life, is what it should be in the future. And there's a problem with All for One amassing, or sorry, One for All. Yeah, there's a problem with One for All amassing too much power for a person born with a quirk to maintain, so it can only be given to a person without a quirk. Yeah, All for One is the villain. One for All. We know what I'm trying to say, but if Deku gives it to somebody, it has to be somebody without a quirk, and it'll probably destroy him. It was locked in Sword and Shield, but it is huntable in Sun and Moon. That might be worth looking into. I might have to do that. But Sword Art Online has ended. Log Horizon has pretty much ended. Don Machi could go on for a while, but it's not like one of the big ones. Black Clover has a shot, but I think it's got some issues with extending too far as well. Like, I don't know how many more arcs they can possibly do. Seven Deadly Sins could possibly help, but that's a Netflix original. I don't know how well that would do. But I don't know how to describe like why I think My Hero Academia is so great and why it is very much deserving of the hype. And I think the story's just really well told. The plots, the twists, the upgrades, they flow naturally. Sword Art Online just had an amazing story. It really got you in the feels. And Log Horizon just fascinated me with the world building. You love My Hero Academia. The problem is, as is usual, the fan base. Yeah. See, Attack on Titan was really hyped, and I watched it, I enjoyed it, but like, for me, that one is not deserving of the hype. I think the story just took some really dramatic turns that it didn't really properly build up to, and just left some holes. The other anime I've mentioned don't seem to have holes. We don't talk about the fan base. And if they do, they're probably covered well enough to not be questioned. Could be. I support that. I think one thing I like about My Hero Academia is they advance the plot and the character's strength without an over-dependent on tournaments. So like Dragon Ball Z, everything gets turned into a tournament somehow, some way. Yu Yu Hakusho, everything gets turned into a tournament. Naruto doesn't have that problem as bad, but there are a few tournaments that are used to advance the plot, which fair's fair. You know, you have contests built within the lore of the world. That's fine. An overdependence on tournaments is annoying. Hey, Yaz, welcome. People are saying that Pokemon Horizons is actually good, probably because they started out with it. It was on his own accord rather than by learning through battle against friends and repetitive foes. Yes. Goku doesn't care about saving people or his family, just about the next fight. That's accurate. You started with Indigo. Pokemon Horizons is good. The Gen 1er in me refuses to watch Horizons. The sad thing is I'm not even a Gen 1er, but... It is not Pokemon without Ash. At least it's not a Pokemon anime without Ash. I think the problem for me is they ran Ash too long. And it just doesn't seem natural to have the transition shift. It does not seem natural to me that they ran Ash for every region. And then finally he becomes the Alola champion, and then he has the Gen 8 experience where he becomes like the greatest ever in the world. And now there's a new region that has another champion that should have been in that battle. It just doesn't retcon well, you know? Like, until he became the world's champion, adding in a new region is just like, okay, yeah, there's a new region, cool. But having an event where all of the region's champions come together to fight, having a new region with a champion, just it doesn't seem like it's got a good continuity, and it bothers me that way. And so, is he really the best? I don't know. Maybe maybe this other person would kick his trash again. I don't know. You're right, though, D-Hit Kill. Paldea isn't very Ash-coded just due to the open nature of it, but it's still another adventure, another journey that he should naturally need to take. And I understand they ended him with being not just a region champion, but like the world's champion, which is great. He achieved his goal, but yeah, it rubs me the wrong way. It could happen. Like, I think if they were planning to get rid of Ash as the main character, it should have had a natural progression. Each year he's a year older, he's physically aging, he's, you know, becoming older. Because at this point he should be like 23, give or take. I don't know the exact math, but he should be quite old. Assuming each region takes a year. He should have at least 8 years. He should be about 18. He should be doing adult things now, which makes sense for him to dab out, having grown older and moved on. So, having him still be perceived as a 10-year-old kid after going on all those adventures, and then just being like, okay, you're bowing out, it doesn't have the closure. Like, he achieved his goal, but why isn't he still going for more? You set a new goal, and you go for that. How does a 10-year-old get into planes and stuff, by the way? The Pokemon world's a unique place. You deleted your Pokemon Violet save and made your first female character, whom you named Violet. That is very original. I seriously doubt 50% of the fan base did that. I mean, I'm pretty sure the most common names for Gen 1 were Red, Blue, and Ash, so it makes sense. You do like the new main characters? That's reassuring, at least. Am I misremembering, or did the voice actor for Ash pass away? Listen, Gary is the only acceptable name for a rival in any Gen 1 game, unless you nickname them Red while playing Pokemon Blue. Gary's the default. Your characters in Pokemon: Red, Yellow, Diamond, Pearl, Hubert, Hilbert, Ruby, Sapphire, Trey, Lucario, and many more. I'm pretty sure for the most part I just named them my name or Ash for like the longest time. And then when I started the channel it became Brasscoin, and now I'm going to have to do an entire playthrough under the name of Sludge. Naming characters names that create funny moments is hilarious. My favorite situational name to date is Link in Ocarina of Time. If you name Link my dude in Ocarina of Time, it turns everybody, most especially the Deku Tree, into a really chill bro. And it just changes the entire vibe of the game. My dude. You named Blue. I'm gonna lose. I have not. But that would create some funny moments in online battles. Zenelia, welcome. Do we call you Brass Daddy now? For the month of October and November, this is permissible. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go away at the end of November, but we'll see. I kind of want to get like a Viking beard in braid going on, because I think that'd be really dope. I think my hair is at like 5 to 6 inches long now. Brass Viking. Viking brass. Gotta name your next Pokemon in a playthrough my dude. So the game's like, my dude is evolving. My dude landed a critical hit. It's Pokethor. Oh my gosh, isn't that the name of a channel though? Is Pokethor a channel? Name him a champ, man. If it is, you'd be shocked. We're searching it. There it is. Pokethor is a channel. They got 7 subscribers. Arsenon, is this an alt? Looks like they open Pokemon cards. Well, stop hunting for a sec. That should tell you it's not me. I feel you too, man. I feel that. Man, having kids, I've made the most money in a year that I've ever made in my life, and it's gone half as far as money in the past has gone. I don't get it. Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh. And there's the baby coin. Yeah, he's just vibing. Baby coin is 5 months old. He's just a wee little guy. Bro looks a little bit different than you. When he was first born, it was a lot more evident. It's still there a little bit now, but it's funny. Do y'all have Japanese ancestry? No, Native American actually. When he was born, he was actually fairly dark, fairly olive colored, you could say. My dad is actually pretty dark as well. Like, I mean, I don't know how well it reflects the tan I got going on, but not really. Because it's not really tan anymore. I haven't gone outside that much. But, no, my dad's got not dark skin by any means, but fairly dark. I would say darker olive than anything. Yeah. We got some Cherokee Indian in, but it's pretty diluted. My grandma's mom was half Indian, half Cherokee Indian. So my grandma would be a 4th, my dad a 8th, me a 64th. But either way, my wife had a little bit in her ancestry on her side, so that means that this one got a double dose of something somewhere along the lines, and he has that complexion that passed through our genes. Because my wife is sour cream. But if I spend any amount of time out in the summer, my skin gets extremely dark. I just have not done so in a very, very long time. So, but yeah, he's got hazel colored eyes for now. They were bouncing back and forth between brown and blue, but they decided to stick with hazel, I think. Yours just gets boiled red. That's unfortunate. Yeah, if I stay out in the sun long enough that I just barely start to burn, it goes straight to tan every time. You misheard me, Tavon. I said my wife is sour cream. Like like milk. If you're out for 10 minutes, you tan. If you're out any longer, you burn. How did that work with your construction job? Did you have to, like, wear long sleeve shirts all the time? Back when you were doing that? Ah, gotcha. Ooh. You had mentioned in Discord that you're still hunting around a little bit, Arsenon. What kind of area are you looking for? Is there a specific like industry you're trying to stick within, or is it kind of just anything at this point? Whatever happens, happens. Well, I can't recommend like a credit union or bank enough. Like, highly recommend. It's pretty nice. You said earlier you're African American, so the sun really isn't an issue. It makes sense there, Tavon. My kid's in his room. He woke up from his nap and he's just walking around in circles in his room drinking his sippy cup. Where do you think you're going, sir? Yeah, Arsenon, I got another buddy that's been searching for a job for a while and just hasn't really found anything. It's been rough. But I would recommend you apply at my work, but kind of a distance gap there. You're lucky this is the best. We got a good hour and a half streaming. That's not too bad. Got some decent encounters in as well. We're cooking, we're moving and schmoving. Some nice interacting. You'll be here for every stream of Type Null. You refuse to miss any. Well, I will be sure to drop you a Discord noti every time we go live with Type Null. I plan to alternate Type Null and Zelda as effectively as possible. Realistically, I only have like 3 more Zelda streams, though, if everything goes according to plan. So, bonk. We're hoping for that. Ugh. I feel like the streaming of Zelda has actually negatively impacted the channel. So I don't know if I'll do that again in another Zelda game. I said that after Tears of the Kingdom too, but I think this time I'm actually fully on board with just streaming that strictly on my Hyrule Monkey channel. I did beat Volvagia on my second try, yeah. And I even almost got that one done without a whole lot of damage, I think. Oh, no, I did take a lot of damage. It's sad in a Zelda game where you're in a boss battle and you can just hop in a bed and rest and recover hearts while the boss is doing boss things. Echoes felt like a Zelda game to me, having played Link to the Past and Link's Awakening recently. Like, it felt true to the Zelda formula, but I get where you're coming from. They did have to balance the fact that we couldn't always have a sword with that, and like, I did enjoy it as a Zelda entry. But last night made my day. After I beat that boss, like, the lore expansion has me thrilled. Like, I don't even care. I know the Triforce is at least referenced, if not in this game, but I am thrilled with the story development that I got last night. Because it shows something that I've thought for a long time. And that was, why did demise come from the crust of the earth? And to me, and the reason why does demise hate the goddesses so much? Why does he hate the Triforce so much? And I have always had my theory that Demise was the demon king. He was the king of everything. What if the golden goddesses came in and built their land over top of his territory? And that's why he broke free from the crust of earth. What if he was doing his demon king things and they just encapsulated him in land to govern and built all these races of people on top of this land that is a cocoon keeping him at bay, you know? I would be pretty ticked off too. And Echoes all but confirmed that aspect, except for they said the guy's name was Void. Or Null. His name is Null. So, you know, whether it be Null or Null's just the Demon King temporary and you know, there's many Demon Kings, or there's many demons, and Null is one of them. Demise is another one. I like that idea that the goddesses just built the world around the demon realm, and that's why they're so pissed off at the goddesses. They've been contained. Oof, hit send by accident. So, like, I really like that addition to the lore. I think that is tremendous. And I really do think that aside from everything just being purple, it really does kind of come together. You have Malice, which is purple. You have the Gloom, which is purple. Gloom hands. You have Null's voids. What if they're all similarly... What if they're all very similar? You know, kind of the same. Because the Gloom hands come out of nowhere, like the monsters come out of the voids. So maybe Gloom is just an interpretation or a different demon's extrapolation of the void, and Malice is a different demon's interpretation or extrapolation on the power of Null with voids. Null is a sign that we get shiny today. Yes. Honestly, that's kind of why I'm still hunting, is hoping that it will still happen, but unfortunately, I can't keep Coppercoin just cooped up in his room all day. I was hoping to get a 2-hour stream in, but I think we're going to have to end today at 250 encounters. So just a few more, and then we get to wrangle babies. At least I get to wrangle babies. I get that reference, D-Hit Kill. I get that reference. Gojo. Gojo? It's Gojo, right? Gojo's his name? Yeah. I still have not seen that entire thing fully, but that's another anime that's really good, Ninjutsu Kaisen. Or Jujutsu Kaisen. Ouch, dude, what are you doing? Ow. You're pinching me. Oh, and somebody said Baby Coin has a big head. Tavon did. Baby Coin has a big everything. This kid is massive. We just had a doctor's appointment for Coppercoin, and he weighed like 25 pounds. I am fairly certain this thing is already 20 pounds and like a year and a half younger. He is a chunky boy. Don't let Baby Coin get into Gen Alpha brain rot. I will do my best. I'm trying to figure out if he is Gen Alpha or if he's another one. Nope, Gen Alpha's it. Gen Alpha is Savage. He's grown up pretty fast. He's got an older brother to catch up to. He's so cute and chubby. He is. He eats everything in sight and then asks for more. Coppercoin won't eat to save his life. All right. Yes, he does have the seafood diet. There's always one child that doesn't eat well when a person has two children. Yeah. This one is what we show to the doctors to prove to them that we are feeding or providing food for our children. Whether they eat it is their prerogative. So, but we've gone over on the stream a little bit. We'll catch you guys in another one. Potentially could be 8 o'clock tonight. It could happen. When kiddos go to bed, we should try to pop on again at that point. I believe it'll still be shiny hunting. So we're like 5.5 hours out from that, I believe. So we might catch you guys then.